All right, we got some P.O. box stuff here as well. Lots of it. Got some letters, got some gifts. You want to go through the physical stuff first, Pop? I put it all over on the chair there.
Pull up that guy's. The guy sent us this.
Okay, and yes, Lee, to whoever you are, man, this list of rules on long-term relationships.
We're making a video.
With your permission, we're going to make this into a pop culture because this is genius.
This is good shit right there.
Yes, I'm not even going to spoil it for anybody, but he put a note here on a thumb drive, and let's try to squint to read this here. It's kind of small. It says, Dear Popp and Blake, I no longer use Federal Reserve notes or even have a bank account as the U.S. petrodollar is scheduled for oblivion possibly as early as April 1st, 2023, per Lynette Zhang with no more debt rollovers, and will soon be replaced by the Synagogue of Satan's Central Bank Currency, SBDC. Therefore, I have enclosed 2 tubes of 20 silver rounds, 1 troy ounce, and .999 fine that I bought from goldsilver.com back in 2017 as a gift to you in Jesus' name.
20 silver rounds?
Yes.
Hold it up to the camera, Pop.
Boom.
So if you got 20 of them, 2 cylinders, you got about $300-400 right there, bud.
Yep.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Thank you.
An all-out assault is taking place on Western culture with the most intensity being focused on Christianity itself. And from the Bible, the quote, they hate you because they hated me first. Persecutions are just around the corner. Well, I'm not sure if you wrote this. You wrote this before the Covenant shooting. It's already here.
Yep.
What signified the sorry shape of Christianity today was that we only had 4 people, less than 10%, show up to Sunday Christmas services. Since this is the last time that Christmas will be on a Sunday until 2033, many people will never get this opportunity again in their lifetimes. I remember even long before I was a Christian that people would go to church services on Christmas no matter what day it occurred, or even if they were visiting relatives out of town. Rumors, per Steve Quayle, are that the Antichrist was secretly coronated at COP27 and that God's 2 witnesses, most likely Elijah and Enoch, are being interviewed by the modern Sanhedrin and that their teaching is being rejected. This is way above my pay grade.
Yep.
I also have included a flash drive with 9 gospel songs and 5 political songs that I wrote in the last couple of years. Oh, sweet. The MP3 songs are an a cappella and a bit of watery sounding because of a cheap microphone, and the lyrics are included on a couple of Microsoft Word documents. These are unlike any wording and topics, Book of Revelation, that you've heard before. Enjoy. Responses to be used against can't understand normal thinkers. Number 1, my body, my choice. Explain how that part of your body has a different DNA sequence than the rest of your body. That's a good one. Number 2, you have a small penis. If having a small penis is such a bad thing, then how do you explain there being so many Chinese? Sure, there are probably porn stars known as One Hung Lo and 8-inch Wang, but they're not all like that. Also on the flash drive will be photographs of some of the embroidery jokes I've done and a rhyming long-term red flag list of people I won't get into relationships with. Thank you for all that you've been doing for the cause of truth. More than 500 lives saved. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much, Lee. That is amazing. Yes, we're doing an episode on this long-term relationship list. There's 22 points, and it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'll just read you one.
All right.
Because if she's a smoker, I won't poke her. I didn't even see this one. If she has a tattoo, then she's one I won't screw. They all rhyme, which makes it even better.
I like it.
Thank you very much, Lee.
So much nicer.
It does. It does.
But it sounds so nice when you say it in a rhyme. It's kind of like when a British person calls you a cunt.
All right, now here's like another one.
He's like the Dr. Seuss of dating. Okay.
Oh, what do we got here?
Got a double-bladed, hand-forged battle axe.
Check that shit.
Or I think I'm going to call this the old mother-in-law.
What has he got burned into that here?
War. It says War and Peace on it right here.
Nice.
It's got 550 cord for...
and then there's something underneath that grip there, too.
LGIALTY.
Loyalty?
Could be. Integrity.
Loyalty and integrity. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
I think we're going to put that next to the sword over there.
Heck yeah. Thank you. Did that come with a card or anything? Or
it came in a big box. There was nothing else in it.
Okay, so whoever made that and sent it in, thank you very, very much.
And I always open the boxes first.
Yeah.
Because there's packing peanuts. It's a fucking nut roll every time I do that.
We got a couple of these here. A couple of mason jars with what looks like some good alcoholic
It's got
deliciousness
mead
in
in
there.
it.
Open on show. These are from Crazy Uncle.
Here we go.
Dear Popp and Blake, I sure hope you're opening this package on the show. If not, it is what it is. If you're on the show, please open the rest of the package now. FYI, there's one thing in there for each of you. There you go. As you can see, you each get some homemade syrup. Fear the syrup! No, this is not the type to fear. Oh, thank God.
All right.
I made it myself. It's 100% pure. Just FYI, you will see that the top reads Grade A Fancy. Grade A means that it has been racked like fine wine to make sure there is absolutely zero sediment left in the bottom. Fancy means it was from the first run of the year. That means that the different batches were not intermixed. Think of it like a single barrel whiskey, and you'll be pretty close. For anyone watching, this is far superior to any of the corn syrup that is passed off as maple. Not only does it not have all the additives, but it is also safe for anyone that has to limit their sugar intake. I only bring this up because I wanted to make a point that it is better to make things yourself. Plus, with the price of food going up, making it yourself is cheaper in the long run. Not to mention the fact that farmers are being encouraged to
Stop working.
poke and smoke their livestock now so that you're going to eat it instead if you won't be injected with it. So, yeah, go in on a cow with a with some people, local farm, do it that way. Before I go, I have something for Blake. Oh, boy. If your kid is hesitant to eat this because they're used to the store stuff, put a little on the side of his plate, have him try it once. Did this with a friend of mine when I was in high school, and he hasn't wanted to eat the corn syrup-based knockoff ever again. It's a good plan.
Okay.
Well, that's enough of me ranting. I can only hope you two are in good health and good spirits, pun on liquor. I raise a glass to your continued health. At least neither of you will end up being a vaccident. Your friend, the Crazy Uncle.
Nice.
Oh, thank you very much. Heck yeah, one for you, one for
I got to write that down. Vaccident.
the vaccidents. What else we got over there, Pop?
Hang on.
I got this here. Ooh. Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack whiskey. That's some good
Rare,
shit
and then
right
there's
there.
the letter here.
That's good stuff.
What do we got? First Sergeant Pop. Enclosed is a small token of thanks for your channel and all you do for us men. Got to keep that bar stocked because you never know what emergencies will come up. If Toxic Male drinks, please allow him to share this with you. Thank you again for all that you do for men. Yours truly, Dan. P.S. I've been a subscriber to your channel for at least the last 5.5 years, and I have watched you grow big time. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you. Wow.
I'll have to pop this
hey,
open and give it a sniff.
Gentleman
on
Jack. What?
Pop, on a side note, remember that story you told us about that time you met that one titty chick?
Oh.
We made a video about it.
The one tip.
I had a fan drop in and says anytime that you would have sex with a woman or any amputee for that matter, it's called nugget porn.
Nugget?
I didn't know
Why
that.
nugget?
I don't know.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm just reading it right here.
Yeah.
That's
It's
weird.
called nugget porn.
Nugget
Does that screw off?
I can't tell if it screws off or not. I think it's whatever.
need a
That's what I
knife.
got this for.
Don't cut yourself, you dumbass.
I'm
Yeah.
not on that. Just trying to get the damn thing to separate
Blake,
so I
that's
can open
way
it.
too big of it's an oversized knife, buddy. Go small.
Hey, I didn't make it. It was made for me, which I appreciate. Oh, shit. This is apparently a very old bottle because the cork
Just
literally broke off inside the bottle.
Yeah, we'll have to take care of that.
Smells good, though.
Just take a lighter to around where that cork is in, it'll pop out. It'll
All right.
expand. It'll cause it to force out.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I know Pop's got a lighter around here somewhere.
I have,
Yeah,
a
you good.
I have a torch.
Torch.
What's the next one? All right, we got this one
More stuff
here.
over there.
There was a whole bunch of stuff in this particular box.
Got another letter here, too. Got a few letters.
Hang on. All right. So we got a storage receptacle, I guess,
For bourbon. Looks
Is
like
there
for
something
bourbon
in there?
or
It looks like there's
scotch.
like a...
There's a pen in there.
Is it a pen? Okay.
Uh,
Thought it was like message in a bottle or
we
something.
got a sticker, Midwest powered paragliding. This is a cigarette lighter thing you plug in your car. It says misfire on it.
Nice.
We got $200 worth of $2 bills.
Those are nice. You rarely see those anymore.
No,
Do those say silver note or Federal Reserve note?
I don't know. Hang on.
All right.
Yeah,
just
take a close look at that.
We got a thing of Goldschlager.
Yeah.
And
I can make oatmeal cookie shots with that stuff.
testosterone booster. I'm going to probably give that a go.
Well, there you go.
Let's see. We got a couple gift cards.
Maybe if you take the testosterone booster, you can actually grow a beard.
Yeah, shut up. We've got two gift cards.
Oh, gift cards, huh? Ooh.
Yeah, one's for White Castle and the other one is for I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have White Castle down here in Florida. I was kind of wondering about that. They have a Crystals, but not as good as a White Castle.
Yeah, and then here's the card if you want to read it.
Yeah, sure.
It's handwritten. I might dislike it.
Oh, yeah, this dyslexia is not helpful there. All right, here we go. Let's see. Advice from a polar bear. All right. You guys are doing a great job on your deliveries of some rare golden tips and bringing awareness to the often overlooked, forgotten, and ignored. Sprinkled in with humor is greatly appreciated in this time of insanity in which the sane are expected to power through as if nothing is wrong with limited options to find the desired clarity beyond the fake charade of the inner mind. You have become the professor, therapist, and father figure that is wanted and needed in these desperate times as an outlet for many that we are not alone, and to search for answers to questions we have not conceived of asking to find the guidance and inner peace we all desire in our variety of individual battles to level up and become our best version of ourselves by pushing aside our fear and doubt on our own terms, as we are each our own biggest critic, to get to the next stage with the proof of courage that we can handle anything in our path. Sincerely, a limited edition one and only driver by trade and recent paraglider who is terrified of heights, yet keeps going up as a way of pausing time and living in the moment, dancing with the purest form of fear and peace.
I like it. And Marty,
Yeah.
this, when you open it up and smell it,
Yeah.
it literally smells like an old army canteen.
Oh, yeah.
Quite pleasant for me.
The good old
I'm
days.
serious. I used to-
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the goods there, Mr. Paraglider.
And here's the next one. We got a finger cards here, which you can't really show them on YouTube. Well,
those the ones with
up,
titties on them?
I'll cover up the one lady that's showing her fun bags.
Yep.
There we go.
What does it say on the bottom there?
Hang on. Families don't care about a man's past. No, females don't care about a man's past. They care about his future. Conversely, men don't care about a girl's future. They only care about her past. Not
It's
bad.
true to a point.
Yeah.
Is
Not
that
bad.
just in any sort of indirect relation to body count?
Yeah, a little bit.
Probably is.
And then there's a CD from a band called Kitchen Cigarettes.
Kitchen
And-
cigarettes?
Yeah, hang on.
Okay.
I think there's a note in here.
Oh, okay. I'll pass it over.
Yeah, here we go.
Whoa. Lysdexia strikes again.
Sorry.
It's all good. From Tripe Swing. Hey, Dr. Popp and Blake. You're a doctor now. Accompanying this letter is a box of meme cards that I had made. The following is the story of how leaving two of them in a sort of thrift store somewhere in this state almost got me arrested by a pink-haired feminazi.
Really?
Evidently, this physical meme card had quite the impact on her and her alphabet cult co-workers. Please pass these cards out, but be careful where you leave them. The week previous, pretty recently, I had left two of these cards on tables in this thrift store. As I was leaving, I offered a dozen of them to a tall, young, and apparently sadly homosexual young boy at the counter.
Damn.
I gleaned that he had an issue with them, so I reached over and reclaimed them. The lesbian behind him seemed perturbed. I had already, however, left two in the store, not thinking much of it after I left. A week later, I returned and was looking through books, as I often do. Short time later, I was approached by a cop. Shocked, I learned that the pink-haired feminist misandrist bigot had called the cops on me for leaving two cards the week before. Her claim was that the cards showed bare breasts and that her 16-year-old daughter might have seen one. I conceded her point and my lapse of judgment whilst remaining silent about the likelihood of her taking said daughter to drag queen story hours her whole life. I'll give her credit at least for calling her a daughter if in fact that is the case. Today the odds are decent it could be the other way around. Yeah, isn't it? You know, I miss the days when we used to know immediately when something was satire.
Mm-hmm.
The ugly ham beast never said a word to me before calling the cops.
Yep.
I can't help fantasizing about her karma in this regard, and I hope it's prompt. I live 3 towns away, but even if she were right in front of me, I'd be hard-pressed to help her if she needed it. I
Nope.
get some satisfaction that the meme card obviously got her and her staff's goats pretty good.
I like it.
Fortunately, the cop seemed to be more or less on my side, so he gave me a light grilling as Ham Beast stood, arms crossed, supervising my communist struggle session. He then let me go. I'm a white guy nearing 60, so I knew to go through the motions and let it play out. It took about 20 minutes overall. I was permanently banned from the store and told that I would be arrested if I returned for 2 of these cards. It was a reminder as to how bad the communism is in 2023 America, and feminism and its cult members are squarely and perhaps even completely to blame. There may be a level or two of culprit fiends above the feminazis, but the skanks certainly took up their selfish grifting cause with enthusiasm. I'll concede that I now hate this bitch, and I pray that God allows me to see her demise in some form, like in a newspaper article would suit me fine. It would have helped me much in life if my single ma 1.0 in the 70s had told me how stupid most people were compared to me, but she needed to make sure I thought dumbasses were my equal.
Oh, yeah.
It took me years to figure out that 85 IQ pink-haired commies are dangerous and to be avoided. I've easily got 40-plus points on this diversity hire. She/it are motivating me to get off the grid and as permanently away from her kind as I can manage. I'm a visiting landowner today. Thanks, guys, for your work and the show. My handle on MGTOW.tv is Tripeswing. I catch most of your stuff, though I pause the prurient MGTOW.tv chats as I'm refraining from such stimulation. God bless, and may prosperity be your biggest problem. I forgot to mention Dr. Hugo DeGaris on MGTOW.tv. Please check his spoken essays out and tell your audience about his important work. Hugo DeGaris.
All right. Case in point. I had a similar situation years ago with a bakery that used to be near my house. And the owner, his wife, was just a raging bitch.
Really?
Yeah, and they threw me out once and said, don't ever come back here, and blah, blah, blah.
Well, for what?
I was with a friend of mine who was having a kerfuffle with the woman over the price of some stuff. It was like,
okay.
you can see the price, and she's overcharging, and then they're like, you guys don't come back.
Just because of the price thing, or did you happen as you leave be like, so how many dicks have you had in you all at the same time?
No, but this is what happened.
Throws a piece of cake at you, so I'll put you down for 3. Okay.
I mean, I drove by the place, and then one day I saw a for lease sign. And I remember I walked in there, opened the door, and I said, oh, you're going out of business. Who knew your bitchiness would, close your shop? Fuck off and die.
Shocker.
Yeah, she called the cops. The cops, came and talked to me, and I was like, what are you going to do? I didn't threaten her.
Yeah.
She goes, well, she told you never to return. I go, well, were you called? No. Well, then, aren't you the ones that issue the trespass? So I'm like, okay, well, what are you going to do? He goes, just don't go back again because you are trespass now. I'm like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, keep an eye on that store because I can almost guarantee you the woke mindset it's a betting man. I would bet on them to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And just be there when they fail and laugh your ass off right in their face.
Damn right. And live well.
Yeah.
All right, we got another letter here with some trinkets inside. You know those golden $1,000 Trump bills? It looks like we got a couple now.
Actually, those also came with 3 counterfeit $100 bills.
That's fun stuff right there.
Those have... Yeah, I don't keep those around. I don't want to get charged with a felony.
What you want to do? Accidentally mix that shit up.
Nah.
Go try to buy your ice cream as evil Popp at 1 o'clock in the morning, wind up in a drunk tank.
Like, what'd I do?
Man, I just wanted some ice cream.
You went to Burger King and went to get a...
Yeah.
And here's the letter attached.
Can you break
It's
100?
Can you break it? From Dave here. Popp and Blake, how's it going in Stretchin' Gretchen's state of leftard shit?
Not that good.
That good. I'm currently in Florida, and I will share a story filled with Western women's bullshit simp bosses and how I overcame it. The worst but best part, this incident didn't even happen in the USA. I've been working as a teacher overseas since 2015. I started in Russia and taught there until December 2017. From there, I went to China and taught in 2018 until December 2022. The story I'm going to share with you happened at a school I taught at in China in 2019. I taught in South China, about 3 hours away from Hong Kong. In January of 2019, we got 2 new teachers starting at the school, a cool dude from South Africa and a dumb biatcha from the U.S. I refer to her as DB for the rest of this story. DB was born in Jamaica but was raised in the U.S., living in New York City for around 20 years.
There you go.
That's just a great recipe for success. She's attractive, in shape, but like most Western women, the attitude and entitlement was also there. Shocker. But when DB started with Cool Dude, my boss, who was American, asked me to show them around the city and help them get acclimated on living in China. Cool Dude had no problems, but DB wasn't as fortunate. You see, most Chinese don't like to deal with Western American can't understand normal thinkers that think their attractiveness gets them what they want. She didn't do very well during her stay in China. But on to the story. As I was taking her out around the city and helping her to get adjusted to her new job and China, she started to get a crush on me. Run! Run! She told me that I was the only guy that didn't tell her how attractive she was and kiss her ass, which drew her to me. Take notes, dudes. But I was really interested because, as I told her that I'm not into dating people I work with, and before she came, I made a trip to Thailand and met a nice little Thai girl that I'm still talking to and considered pursuing a relationship with. DB still tried, but ultimately I chose the Thai girl over DB. Let's just say DB wasn't happy and I wasn't going to deal with her entitled attitude.
Good.
There's a lot of little things that happen, but for time's sake, we'll condense it as much as possible. One day in April of that year, I was at work with 2 other colleagues, including DB, who was sitting a couple chairs down from us getting ready for her class. My one colleague was telling me, and Cool Dude, a story about a friend of his getting hammered and threw up and then playing with his own vomit.
Oh, my God.
Gross story, but interesting. Well, DB thought we were talking about something sexual and took offense to it and messaged our boss, which was having a meeting with his boss. Our boss came out and pulled the 3 of us into a different room and told us what DB wrote him. We told him that we were talking about what we were talking about, and it was nothing sexual. When DB was trying to get me to date her, she would tell me how the night before she had touched herself and drew me a picture of a bowl of dicks, and this was at work.
Oh, my God. A bowl of dicks, literally.
A bowl of dicks. I got a glass of dicks.
It gets better. You got a glass of dicks. Nice.
Woo! But
Hell of a fan base. Hell of a fan base.
Well, hell of a fan base indeed. But because I shot her down, she had it out for me. I had a picture of the picture she gave to me as just in case I needed it for some incident in the future, and I'm glad I did. I placed a complaint with my boss against her, and she did the same. My boss's boss got involved, and they sent me to a different school, which was bullshit because I could walk to my school in 7 minutes. They told me that they couldn't send DB because other schools wouldn't take her.
Wow.
The school I worked for had around 10 schools around the city. I was pissed, and I wanted to snap DB's neck and throw her in the river, but I kept my cool and became covert about the situation. Very wise. Gathered all my evidence with text messages and the pic she drew me and sent it to my boss and his boss. I was able to get back into the school I was working at and stayed there. My boss advocated for me to his boss, but my boss's boss was a simp and still fixated on DB being attractive and didn't do much to her.
That's typical.
Yeah. But DB had learned to live with the fact that I was staying at that school whether she liked it or not. She wasn't a good teacher, and many students didn't like her. She told a student during class that jean jackets were made out of jeans and failed this student on his unit because she didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
What? Luckily, I had this student, and I told her the denim makes jeans and jean jackets, plus passed her so she could move on to the next unit. DB stayed until December 2019, and we all had a party when she left. The
Yep.
moral of the story is Western ideology is spreading around the world, and where there are westernized women, you're going to have to deal with some sort of bullshit, especially if you work with them. On another note, I enjoy your show, and I agree with your views. I'm going to share some links with you. When you have time, you can check them out and maybe find them to be interesting. I've also enclosed some Trump memorabilia for both of you that you might like. Sincerely, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, good sir.
We also got this bottle of apple brandy.
Ooh, oh, yeah, I put all 4 of them up.
I'm gonna totally tear that up.
Yeah, that bottle and then the 3 next to it are all from Noah. So
Yeah,
thank you
and
very
this
much,
is
Noah.
mead. We have a breakfast mead.
Yep.
We've got
A breakfast mead.
Yeah, it's mead.
Mead.
I love this shit.
It's mead is so delicious.
Yeah, well, I have to be like really mindful of how much I drink because I'll get like a fucking crazy headache.
Well, I wonder if it's like wine where you can maybe put those drops in there and minimize some of that effect.
I don't know. Could be. Could
Maybe.
be.
I'll look up the sulfide content on mead after the show.
Yeah, but the thing is like with my my migraine headaches, I have
You
to
gotta
stay
be
away
careful.
from certain things. Like red wine, holy shit.
Yeah. Then that's a no-go. This one is from Otto. Comes with $2.
$2.
$2. I hope both of you truth speakers are in good health. I've been a lurker on your YouTube channel for years. I, too, suffered from a horse chick.
Here we go.
Oh, here's a story.
Here's my 2 cents adjusted for Bidenflation. I'm a bit older than y'all, and I would like to add the value of a man add to the value of a man topic. Opening the book of secret knowledge, the gospel according to Otto. I had a sudden introduction to anaphylactic shock, laying in the yard thinking, fuck, I'm going to die. And then I saw her, the little darling, standing there looking down, arms crossed. Self, I said, honeymoon's over, fucker. I don't know what happened next, as I was not wholly present in the unfolding situation. Then, bam, I felt my heart explode. Some type of injection. My chest was moving. Someone's hands are on it. Are those my ribs breaking?
Oh my God, it's a heart
I'm
attack.
still here, so now on to the point. I wish to drive home. Knowing my value, we left the quick care, the doc in the box. On the way home, we passed the hospital with a perfectly good emergency room. The little darling had driven past the local hospital to the next town to the doc in the box where the copay was $25. My value was less than an hour's pay.
Wow.
I oughta known better than to ever get married. Until next time, Otto.
Holy shit. That's insane.
It is. It's stupid.
Whoa!
Literally passes a hospital.
That
He
is some
died.
shit.
The police, it is. The police would have asked, I mean, why didn't you stop at the hospital?
Yeah, I would be asking.
That would be the first question. Why didn't you just stop at the hospital back there?
That is insane.
That is absolutely nuts.
Now, here's one. We got
I
one
can't
more here.
figure that
What do
shit
you got
out.
there?
We've been mailed an actual bottle of liquid ass. So, thank you for that.
I'm gonna spray that on your pillow. I've got keys.
No. It's. I've seen that before. It is quite nasty, but it's not as bad as cadaverine.
Yeah, true. So it doesn't say who this is from, although I remember somebody emailing me about this. This comes, I think it's mailed from an Etsy store, vintage parcel, but it says here, when Pop's count hits 500, give him this for his keyring. He should be constantly reminded that he helped keep a battalion of men alive. It says
Wow.
500 on it.
Outstanding.
There.
500.
So here you go. Put it on your keychain there.
Hang on.
Thank you very, very much.
Hang on here.
Fantastic.
I gotta pull up my dog tag chain here.
And I got one more card here from a gentleman in Texas.
Texas.
Keep the change, a filthy animal. Merry Christmas. But he's got a letter inside here.
Mm-hmm.
Blake and Pop. I have a few thoughts to share with you this Christmas. Must have picked this up just after. I'm one of your supporters who listen to your content every time you put something out. Found your videos on YouTube about 5 years ago and have been enjoying them ever since. Watch you mostly over on Rumble nowadays due to the censorship.
Yep.
You are a great team, and your comedy helps keep me smiling even through these crazy times. I enjoy your Thought Thursdays the best. I also love it when Bad Pop rears his ugly head. You know which head I'm referring to. Your comedy and the community of men and some women help ease the pain of past mistakes. I, too, was a blue-pilled simp back in the day and got myself into trouble thinking with the little head.
Yep.
Dick thinking, as Pops would say. Got involved with a woman I should have avoided, and unfortunately I have 2 daughters I'm not very close with anymore. That sounds all too familiar.
Yeah. Actually, that's very common.
It is.
A lot of
especially now.
dudes lose contact with their kids either because they've been indoctrinated or they've been basically poisoned against the father from the mother. And
So the ex-wife weaponized the kids against the father. It's all too common.
Yeah, it happens all the time. All the time.
The holidays can be a little rough sometimes. I sure could have used Red Pill content back then. Insert Red Pill rage here. Fortunately, there have been a fair share of good with the bad. I have a wife of 20 years now, and she has been a great ally of mine. She's just as appalled at our shit show of a society as any of us are. We have a 16-year-old son together, and we're trying our best to steer him in the right direction with a trail of red pills to mark the path. I will not be recommending marriage to him. However, if he has his mind made up about it, maybe an overseas wife can be found. Passport bros!
Don't bring her back here.
I saw a video recently. There are actually mothers now buying passports for their sons and saying, go find a wife overseas.
Are you shitting me?
No,
These
Seriously.
are some
Starting to
based
happen.
moms.
Yep.
But, of course, being based now makes you an extremist, right? Filthy butthole invaders. Anyway, a few final thoughts to wrap this letter up. Thank you for all the laughs and the entertainment. Thank you for...
Excuse me.
You all right there, Marty?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Thank you for helping broken men avoid self-deletion. Pop has turned his horrific experience around and uses his wisdom for good. He truly is God's goon if there was one. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from a fellow Michigander, and disregard the penis on the bottom of the page.
I'm the goon under the hoop. Come on.
God's goon.
Come on, yeah.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.